Number 12, owner certification. Section A. The program regulation requires the PHA, Public Housing Authority, to certify that the rent charged to the Housing Choice Voucher tenant is not more than the rent charged for other unassisted comparable units. Owners of projects with more than 4 units must complete the following section for most recently leased comparable unassisted units within the premises. Here you will identify the address and unit number, the date rented, and the rental amount. Section B. The owner, including a principal or other interested party, is not the parent, child, grandparent, grandchild, sister, or brother of any member of the family unless a PHA has determined and has notified the owner and the family of such determination that approving leasing of the unit, notwithstanding such a relationship, will provide reasonable accommodation for a family member who is a person with disabilities. Section C. Check one of the following. Lead-based paint disclosure requirements do not apply because this property was built on or after January 1st, 1978. The unit, common areas servicing the unit, and exterior painted surfaces associated with such unit or common areas have been found to be lead-based paint free by a lead-based paint inspector certified under the Federal Certification Program or under a federally accredited state certification program. Or a completed statement is attached containing disclosure of known information on lead-based paint and or lead-based paint hazards in the unit, common areas, or exterior painted surfaces, including a statement that the owner has provided the lead hazard information pamphlet to the family. 13. The PHA has not screened the family's behavior or suitability for tenancy. Such screening is the owner's own responsibility. 14. The owner's lease must include word for word all provisions of the HUD tenancy addendum. 15. The PHA will arrange for inspection of the unit and will notify the owner and family as to whether or not the unit will be approved. So we're at the end. We need to print or type the name of owner or owner representative, and that includes each owner. Here you may sign and print this electronically. So if your agent is working with you and she's or he is doing everything electronically, this form is acceptable with an electronic signature. Print or type name of household head. This would be the household head of the new tenant. Add the signatures on the second line of the homeowner representative, everyone on the deed or members of the LLC. And on the other side, signature of only the household head, the person that holds the voucher. Add your business address and then add the present address of the family member who will be moving into the property, not your address, their address they show on their ID or where they currently live. And on the last line, you will add the telephone numbers of all parties involved and date it. Housing Choice Voucher Program, Property Owner or Agent Information Form. Request for, they would like for you to check. New landlord or agent, tax ID, social security number correction, change in contact information, or new owner. The checklist to complete this form. Provide a copy of the deed, obtain signature of deed holder or notarized release form, list all addresses to which the deed applies, attach photo identification to match each signature, provide certified letter of authorized signer on behalf of the organization for an LLC or LP only. Rental property address. If multiple, please list units only. Payee information or agent information. This will be used as your mailing address. Here you will identify your company name, your tax ID number, the payee name, first and last, and you will include both persons on the deed or whomever is on the deed, as well as if it's an LLC, list all of the members. The address, cellular number, daytime phone number, evening number, fax number. Any way you would like for them to get in contact with you, this is where you list it. Your email addresses and your social security numbers. Remember, the social security card will be included in this packet. C, owner information. If you are an agent, please use same mailing address as above. Of course, this also means if you are a management company. Company name, payee name, the address, cell phone number, daytime number, evening number, fax number, tax ID, and the social security number, joint owner of a social security number if applicable. Please note, if you choose to use a P.O. box as your mailing address, you must also provide us with a street address. This address will not be disclosed to anyone other than employees of DCHA. They're also requesting the owner's signatures, the joint owner signature, the owner address. Please insert owner address if you are an agent. Authorization or agreement for EFT or direct deposit. Please read this entire form carefully and write clearly. If you have just set up a new account at the bank and wish to use, you must first find out if they accept direct deposits, verify the bank's transit number, and your account number. Number 2, notify the bank that you are going to set up a direct deposit to receive checks from the District of Columbia Housing Authority. Ask if there is any additional information required. Please check the actions below that applies to this transaction. I am canceling a previous direct deposit account set up with DCHA. Complete section C below. Or I want to set up a new direct deposit account with DCHA. Complete sections A, B, and C below. Or I have an account already set up with DCHA but want to replace it with a new account. Complete sections A, B, and C below. Indicate the payee name, which would be the name of the account holder at the bank, exactly as it is on the bank account. The bank name, ABA or transit number, which is the routing number. Section D, bank account number. This will be your bank account number for either your checking account or your savings account. And please identify which account it is with a check mark. Direct deposit requests to a savings account must include form provided directly from bank. You must include a voided check for checking account deposits. Written notification of all changes must be submitted to DCHA at least 20 calendar days prior to payment date. As a housing provider with District of Columbia Housing Authority, I hereby authorize District of Columbia Housing Authority to make subsidy payments or deductions for any payment made to me in error to my account designated above. I also certify that I am in compliance with and are following all rules and regulations that accompany these payments in accordance with my Housing Assistance Payments HAP contract issued by District of Columbia Housing Authority. I understand that submitting fraudulent information may subject me to a fine and or imprisonment. Statute 18 U.S.C. 1001. Owners to complete. Social Security number, ID number, print name, signature, and date. If there's a joint owner, please complete your Social Security number or tax ID number, print your name, signature, and date. For any changes in your banking information, please notify the District of Columbia Housing Authority, Housing Choice Voucher Program Quality Assurance Division immediately at 202-535-1000. W9, Request for Taxpayer Identification Number Certification. This form should be filled out by each member, each homeowner, each person on the deed. Name, as shown on your income tax return. Name is required on this line. Do not leave this line blank. Line 2, business name. Disregard entity name if different from above. Section 3, identify if you are an individual sole proprietor or single member LLC. C, corporation, S corporation, partnership, or trust or estate. Limited liability company or other, select that box. 4, identify any exemptions you may have. 5, your address where you file taxes. 6, city, state, and zip code. 7, list account numbers if this is applicable. Requester's name and address is also optional because your name is at the top. Part 1, taxpayer identification number. You will either place your social security number or your EIN number here. Part 2, certification. Here you'll sign and date. HCVP HQS Move-In Inspection Checklist for Landlords. Submission date, address of proposed unit, proposed tenant name, owner of record, pre-inspection completed by, and the date. Each unit to be rented in the Housing Choice Voucher Program, HCVP, must pass a Housing Quality Standards HQS inspection. The checklist below is a tool for owners, landlords to prepare their unit for HQS inspection. This checklist highlights some of the common violations found during unit inspections. The unit on this checklist must be working or completed prior to the HQS inspection. Please check all conditions that apply. General. The unit must be empty or vacant from previous tenant and free and clear of all furnishing and debris. There must be working smoke detectors properly mounted on each level of the unit, including the basement and walk-up attics. All construction or rehabilitation, painting, carpet replacement, etc. must be completed. The entire unit must be freshly painted. Utilities, water, gas, electric, must be turned on for the completion of the inspection. No chipping or peeling paint, cracks, holes, or loose plaster inside or outside the unit. Interior and exterior wood surfaces shall be properly painted and kept intact at all times. There must not be a permanently installed working heating system. The hot water tank must have a temperature pressure relief valve with downward discharge pipe made of galvanized steel or copper tubing that is between 6 inches to 8 from the floor or directed outside to the unit. No PVC. CPVC is acceptable. There must not be any plumbing leaks. All plumbing fixtures must have P-traps to prevent sewer gas from leaking into the unit. The floor covering cannot be torn or have holes that can cause someone to trip. Carpets, if installed, shall be clean and free of stains. All electrical outlets, switches, must have cover plates and be in good working condition. All ground fault circuit interrupters, GFCIs, must work properly. All ground floor windows and exterior doors shall open and close as designed and must have working locks. Double key deadbolts are not allowed. All security bars and windows must have a quick release mechanism. All sliding doors must have a lock or security bar on the door that works. Each living space must have 2 means of egress, doors or windows, for example.